Hey everybody, this is Mr. Marshall at Stony Lane. Um, at our school, we are celebrating We Are Many, We Are One. It's a celebration of all the different cultures that we come from and how we're different, even though there's a lot of things about us that are the same too. So I have a book for you, and it's beautiful. There's so many great colors in it, and it tells the story of a person that has that experience of coming from one place and living in another. All right. I hope you enjoy it. This is called Home is in Between. All right. I hope you enjoy this. Home is in between. Goodbye, home, Shanti shouted. She waved to Didu, to warm monsoon rains and the green palm trees of her village. The plane landed far away in a town with cold rain and orange and yellow leaves. That looks really different than where she came from, doesn't it? Shanti clutched her parents' hands. Hello, home? She whispered. Their apartment felt like the village. Inside was Ma cooking luchi, funny stories in Bangla, no shoes, Baba's big laugh. But outside, town was strange. New money to learn, new manners too, like napkins on laps, no elbows on tables, English words Shanti didn't know. These are things that she's never had in her life, and now all of a sudden they're all over her. They're all around her, and she needs to learn them. So back and forth she skipped, remembering the village, learning the town, again and again, in between. Ma showed her how to dance Kathak. Tanya brought her to ballet class. So it's funny because it shows how she's enjoying parts of her old life and parts of her new life at the same time. Baba taught Shanti Bangla letters. Cow, cow, gao. Shanti read him The Little Engine That Could in English. This reminds me a lot of my family because my family does the same thing. We learn two different languages. We learn Hungarian and we learn English. Halloween brought trick or treaters. Shanti gave out candy. Next year, join us, Tanya said. Maybe, Shanti answered. That's right, because where she came from, there was no Halloween. And going trick or treating is just different for her. Christmas came to town next. At Tanya's house, Santa filled a stocking for Shanti. Back and forth she ran, remembering the village, learning the town again and again in between. Shanti danced through Bollywood films with her parents. She laughed through Hollywood movies with Tanya and Malcolm. There's a lot of good stuff in this book, right? For Holi, They called the village uncles, aunts, cousins, splashed in paint, feasting on Didu's biryani. They felt far away. So Ma played the harmonium and sang village songs. But later, on the piano, Shanti had to practice heart and soul. Do you see how there's two of everything? There's something from her old life and something from her new life: music, movies, holidays. Back and forth, she trudged. If only her friends could learn the village. If only her parents could learn the town again and again in between. Spring brought a surprise snow. Shanti and Tanya joined Malcolm's snowball team. You can throw, a kid said. Do you play t-ball? What's that? Shanti asked. Baseball, silly. Where are you from, Mars? That's not really the right thing to say, is it? Shanti didn't answer. Suddenly, she felt tired. Where was she from? Village? Town? I need a rest, she thought. So Shanti lay down right there in between. After a while, she looked up. She looked up at a blue sky with breezy clouds and birds winging by, watching over her village, watching over her town, watching over Shanti. She stretched her arms wide. She was good at making anywhere feel like home, especially here in the space between cultures. Now, home is in between. Shanti sings Didu songs. She hums heart and soul in English. She invites Ma and Baba, Tanya and Malcolm, the whole town if they want. They remember their villages and dance with Shanti. A Bollywood ballet, perfect for in between. And that is the end. It's funny when you live the kind of life where you're from one place, or your parents or your grandparents were from one place, and you hold on to the language and the food and the traditions of that place, and you live in a new place. Sometimes you can feel kind of like Shanti, like you're in between, like you're not sure which one you belong to. But you know what? You really belong to both. It's like you have two lives. You have two very, very special parts of you. And if you don't have two lives, if you don't have the connection to where your family came from a long time ago, if they came from another place, you get to learn from friends that have that. So it's an amazing thing that we live in a place with so many people from so many wonderful places that know so many wonderful things. And that's just awesome. I'll see you next time.